I can talk about that crap all day.
All right, yeah. Let's wrap that part up and move on to a much lighter topic, which is the entirety of the bracket stage of MSI.
Oh my God.
We know this is short pickings, of course. This is easy compared to MTG.
Oh yeah, it's so much easier actually. No, it's not. We had like 37 games played, and then we have more tomorrow morning, more the next day.
Right.
TLDR, if you haven't watched these games were fucking amazing. These were some of the most amazing games that I've seen in a very long time. EU surprised the shit out of me. So far, half of China's disappointing me. Okay.
Oh.
And I'll take the Chinese stance right here. It's like, we're gonna be northern China right now. Okay, guys? Like, we're the rich boys, okay? The rest of you guys disappointed me. Now, top esports, I did not like. They disappointed me so bad. I don't know what happened.
Let's take a look at what happened to them.
Yeah, what happened to them? What happened to them?
Well, they lost in the second round. It seems that's what happened to them.
Yeah,
okay, yeah. Do you want to talk about that game first, or we want to like break it, set it up, or like?
So last week we talked about like we had Team Liquid and Top Esports, right? That was the game that was actually going to go, and then we gave our predictions for the rest of the matches that would actually happen, right? As predicted, right? We have Gen G that made it in order to fight Top Esports, and then we have Billy. I can never say it. Billy Gaming. Like my dyslexia like really messes me up on that whole word. Versus PSG. PSG is awesome. I really enjoyed like all of their games.
We were talking about that last week, how this is a team that we want to see more of, compete more in, and it looks like they did pretty well against Billy here in the upper bracket, 3-2. Hey, Billy here. Wanted to take a quick minute to let you know a few different things. If you enjoyed the video so far, please consider liking and subscribing. It really helps us out and it tells the algorithm to share it with more people. You can find the Esports Meta live every week on Twitch and YouTube. It's where we film the podcast or hang out, play games, and chat. If social media is more your vibe, check us out on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, or Twitter if you use Threads. Does anybody use Threads? This is a video game community that's excited to talk about esports, so jump into the conversation. Of course, you can find more videos like this here on YouTube. Just hit that subscribe button right there or there. Thanks for watching, and let's get back to the show.
As I said, like these are awesome games. Like besides top esports blowing out Team Liquid right here. And like Gen G did blow out Fnatic, but like this game was great. The Gen G versus Fnatic game was great. It's not it was not one of those, oh my God, Fnatic's just getting dumpster fired on. Like there was a lot of good, fun, engaging stuff going on in that game.
Yeah, I think too, I had seen an article. This was the game they were citing that North American league teams have really stepped it up.
But not North American, just like Western in general, because like a little bit of shade on that would be like EU is doing really phenomenally well right now. There's a couple that like G2 is doing crazy. G2 is on a tear right now. G2 is going nuts. They are doing really, really well after their first loss. Sorry, just heard something slam.
Hearing ghosts.
Yeah, I got a little ghosts or raccoons in the attic. But where was I? So like
you're talking about G2.
And for us, for North America, we weren't looking too great. We're looking a lot better after round two, like the round one lower bracket happened, but we get back into it right here. Like PSG talent these games were phenomenal against Billy Gaming, right? G2 versus T1 was super solid. T1 did look a little bit better, but it was like overall, it was like a really clean game. Like it had some wild moments just in general. The decision making again, like really held T1 through the whole entire thing. And then we can get to like round two. Gen G top esports. Like,
I just want to say real quick too that T1 decision making is a thing we keep talking about every week here about when we bring up League of Legends or LCS or LCK. Like T1's ability to make those cohesive decisions and act on them is super impressive, and you're saying that made the big difference here between their win and a loss against G2.
It made a difference in every single one of their wins. Like every single time T1 has won in like the last month, it's because of their decision making just in general. And I don't know exactly why that's the case. I suspect that it's literally because like they have Faker on the team, and in that environment, like when you're next to like, if you're a boxer and you're standing next to like Mike Tyson, like there's no fucking shot you're gonna try to, hey, come here, Mike Tyson. Come here a minute. Like, no shot you're going to be like that, right? No shot. Floyd Mayweather, you're going to be like, come over here. Help me pick this up real quick. You're not going to talk to him like that. Like, so I think that there's like a whole organizational thing that I spoke on with like esports and games in general is sometimes people just need to queue up. You just need to line up. That's it. Like, you're not the boss. You got an idea? Cool, keep it to yourself. We already made a call. Don't argue about it while we're already doing it. And like that's one of the things that they excel at. As soon as someone's like, we do this, and they're like, let's go. Like, if they like, you can see it sometimes they don't communicate it, and it like the play like fizzles out. But whenever they can, like literally, if someone communicates it, they make the decision every single time. The whole player, the whole team, every single time they just do it. And so they were able to squeak it out over G2.
No, that's great to see, and that fortunately held up that first part of our predictions, but very quickly in the second bracket, we saw our predictions fall apart. It wasn't a top esports T1 upper bracket round 3. It's a Billy Gen G. So let's take a look at the lower bracket real quick, and if you can kind of walk us through those games with a little bit of precision of what happened. After the first round, Fnatic and Team Liquid come down to the lower bracket and face off against each other with a 3-1 splitting it. G2 faces PSG and a bit of a decisive win, as at least appearances here against PSG. But like that number doesn't feel like it tells the story, because PSG, again, making plays, doing things, but just couldn't like take a map win, take a round win on them.
G2 is extremely strong right now. How do I put this? Like, so EU in general right now, as I said, they've been playing really, really strong throughout the whole entire MSI. Their supports are really strong, just in general. Their supports are drawing out bans. And like, for those who don't know, for you, right? Bans mean, you're going to ban a champion, right? And if you're targeting the support player, which is literally like the 0.5 person, no disrespect, I play support, I like support. Like you're basically the ADC's health bar most of the time, right? They're pulling out these bans. Like they're literally getting banned out instead of like the mid laners, or like not really completely, but they're absorbing early game threat without actually playing the game yet.
Yeah, they're pulling value on picks, which then allows the other players to like choose things they're more comfortable with or can be more dominant with, right? Exactly.
And like G2 has a wider player champion pool than Fnatic. Fnatic is a little bit smaller, so you can kind of like ban them, and it's like what when they were doing like the post-game interview that the core JJ was talking about when they were interviewed for against Fnatic. They just said, they're just it's a little bit easier to play against them because we can ban them out more effectively and not have to worry about certain things. Whereas like Fnatic on the opposite end had to worry about probably too much. Or maybe they just worried about too much, is what it seemed like. I think there was like a few bans that were fine, but other ones that I questioned, that the players in the game questioned, right?
Yeah.
So
let me jump in real quick. Is this the clip that you'd sent that we wanted to talk about? Like, this is the thing, a point to bring it up? Sorry, you got to unmute yourself.
Oh. This is the clip with Shox interviewing them.
All right.
Interviewing Core JJ and Appa. right?
All right, let's bring that up while we talk about it.
Before we go, let it play. This is Alpha is the person that we were talking about at the end of NA finals, where they were like, where he was getting like trash talked, and then he kind of just said like, yeah, and he started to open up more after like winning and get a little bit more, puff his chest out, go a little King Kong on it. And so he's been like, they lost, they won their first game at MSI playing in the brackets, right? They lost, and now we're here.
And he's talking shit to get back. That's what we're looking out for here in the clip.
Not even to get back. Like again, this is the first time. Like this is the first time that Fnatic has lost to North America at MSI.
Okay.
So, and Shox is a EU host. She's part of the EU. Oh my gosh, my brain.
Like casting crew, the talent crew.
There we go. Part of the EU talent. Yeah. So she's doing the interview, in which I'm sure it'll play in a second because I think this is a little bit.
Yeah. Let's go.
Shox is standing by with APA and Core JJ for the Verizon post-game interview.
I'm here with Core JJ and APA after their fantastic victory over Fnatic in the Verizon post-game interview. My God, what a victory. It was incredible to watch. APA, I'll start with you. I mean, you had an unbelievable series, and I want to know how it was in terms of your performance backed up by the mental warfare.
Well, I think we had a lot of good prep against this team. We knew, like, generally how they played. They're very heavier on the map. Like, everyone follows each other. So, like, pretty much the entire time we're just trying to, like, we call it dribble in our team, like dribble them out and then one person keeps pushing. Like if you look at our last game, that's what was happening. And then, yeah, I don't know. I was just typing down the entire series and it seems like they're getting pressed about it.
Seems like it, right? Core, in terms of that, it seemed like you had great preparation. I mean, in terms of the draft, it showed as well. Do you feel generally the drafting was difficult and the choices you had to make were straightforward, or?
I mean, we couldn't show many things versus our TS matchup, so we could play many different our original comp, and then Fnatic is not a team like we need to think about a lot of champions, so draft was easier.
I see. Now, historically, Fnatic actually always does very well, specifically into LCS teams. I think you've been a part of that as well. And an LCS team has never beaten Fnatic in a best of 5, if my information is correct. Oh. So, Core, yeah.
Not me.
Not
I
you?
think it's G9.
Yeah.
Not me.
Okay. But why do you think today was the day?
I think we were just
trash,
better team. Yeah, we were just better team. Fnatic played really well. They prepared really well, but not enough.
Enough. I feel like you want to be like
The disrespect.
Just that. Just straight up EU is trash.
Yeah, he's like just the EU is trash. It's from an older time of this stuff. It's kind of like the red versus blue kind of thing when it comes to like EU versus NA. It's just like suck it blue, like EU's trash. North America is like a bunch of babies, and like you're just a bunch of import slots. Like it's like really how it comes out half the time. But it's what I was saying last week, right? Like the North American teams Eastern teams just in general are something to really like think about. Like you shouldn't go into them like really disrespecting a lot of the things unless they're gonna throw. It really becomes like if they're gonna throw or not. And
we did kind of see like something happen in round 2. Was T1 and top losing a throw, or was the other teams just that much better than these historically dominant teams this season? Like it's kind of hard to think that they were that much better in that way. But was it a throw or was it just dominance?
The games themselves overall, out of all of MSI, even when they look really bad, have been closer than people think. Like they've been like closer than people think. These teams are all good in their own right. Obviously, like these are all pro players.
Yeah,
like
they're world class.
Like DL's trash. I could be up on that stage. Like probably not. Like I wish.
There's gonna be some guy. There's gonna be some dude who's like, yeah, I can totally do that.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like I'll say it when we're off camera. I can be on OCS. I can do it. No, but like T1, I think it seemed like they just like lost concentration at certain points. Not really like there were some parts that were throws, but like nothing was like run down. You know what I mean? Like nobody like to give like an Overwatch thing, it wasn't trickled in. Like except for Fnatic, as we just learned that their dribbling method is just people trickling in like it's Overwatch. So like it's like really like what it is. They just treated them like Overwatch players, and they were just like, come on over.
It seemed like Team Liquid Honda has that as a strategy to force dribbling, force trickle.
Yeah, that's some of the things that they like to do, right? But yeah, I don't think it was really like 100% a throw from them. I think Top Esports is like might have been a little bit of a throw, but like these games are really close. These games are all exciting, all awesome, and like every single series is worth watching. Like I think the only one that I really didn't even like. No, I watched all of them all the way through. Like I know that I was getting like a little bit bored on the G2 PSG one. After game 2, I was getting like a little bit bored with it, but
the writing was on the wall with that one.
Yeah. But it also made me like pretty excited to see like G2 versus Top Esports. Like that was a crazy set. To have them 3-0 right there was insane. As a person, I was like, I'm in the beginning of the tournament, right? I can't flip flop on this shit now. Literally in the beginning of the tournament, I was like, Top Esports, I think is going to be great. I was like, I think they're like one of the best team in the thing. I think they're going to do awesome. And then they were doing fine, and then they weren't.
Yeah. And like, I think that's the big thing to note here is our predictions are turned on its head, which ultimately makes for a much better viewing experience, a much more competitive and fun tournament overall. Let me go back into this and kind of, I think we have a rematch coming up, and I want to highlight this. Or is it? No, it's not a rematch. I thought we were going to see Top Esports versus T1, but in fact, looking forward, looking ahead, we've got Team Liquid Honda playing against T1. I believe that's happening tomorrow, or I'll bring up the schedule in just a minute, but we've got 4 more games to look forward to this coming weekend. And I really hope, and the writing seems to be on the wall, where it's going to be that continuation of high pace intensity of like very small differences to winning and to losing, and hopefully some upsets or some strong teams getting the notoriety they finally deserve for beating other strong teams.
Lower bracket matters. Like
what's that?
Lower bracket's going to matter. Upper bracket, as a person who's been watching this whole entire thing, I'm going to watch it. I don't even care who wins. I'm not even joking. Like, I do not care at all who wins.
I'm with you.
I want Gen G to win because I like Chovy as a player. I really enjoy watching Chovy play. So I want Gen G to win in that aspect, but I could care less which one of them win. The crazy thing for me is, like, on paper, if we were to just like use like transitive property, right? Let's see how big if Team Liquid comes out with like a 3-0 against T1. And to me, that's going to give me crazy hope for like a really crazy Atlantic battle, right? It's like the battle at the Atlantic is going to happen again. Let's go.
That would be a narrative too. If Team Liquid gets their shit together and makes this lower bracket run, they have to go through T1, who we've talked about being really strong, but that'd be very reminiscent to the other tournament that we saw, where they get knocked into the lower bracket and they come all the way through and beat FlyQuest to take first place to qualify for MSI. So like, there might be history repeating itself here with that narrative, which might be cool, but they've got a really thick wall to get through, and it's going to be a tough one to climb or a tough one to break through.
Yeah, 100%. And like, this is like also like the interesting thing, right? Is that like we see G2 beat Top Esports 3-0. Top Esports beat Team Liquid 3-0, right? So if we were like, just like on paper, we're like, there's no shot that G2 is not gonna just stomp Team Liquid.
Yeah.
Right? Like Top Esports was just a stronger team than Team Liquid, and they got bodied by G2. So Like, that's the crazier part. And we'll be able to see right now, like, if T1 loses, they're out. This right here, I don't think that that's going to be the case. Like, I feel for some reason, T1, every time I think that, like, oh, one more thing and you're out, right? Third strike and you're gone. And then T1 just goes, nah, dude, we're in the finals again. Glad to see you. Like, literally it happens. Like, all the time.
Dude, some teams have that. Some teams have that spark where they're back against the wall. They're able to just fight tooth and nail. They understand that it's almost like the loser bracket is a resource. You know, you take the easier road. You kind of use all your HP. All you need is 1 HP to win. That's it.
Yeah. But I'll say this now, because this is what I really think is going to happen toward, like, at the end. I literally think that it's going to be Gen G versus Billy Gaming in the finals.
Right. Like, it's going to be,
I think Gen G
rematch. It's going to be a rematch of this round 3 because they're going to be coming up. We'll take a look at the schedule again in a second, but like, they're going to have this play. One of them is going to get knocked down into what, lower bracket 4? I think I keep going the wrong direction. Lower bracket 4.
They are the gate to second place. Whoever loses Gen G versus Billy Gaming is the gate to second place. But I don't even think that they're the gate. They're just like the doorman who's going to tell everybody, nah, you can just go home. Like, it doesn't matter. And that's really the way that I think. Nah, no party here, bro. Sorry. Like, sorry, man. Yeah, I understand it's New Year's. No party. That's what I think is going to happen. I think Gen G and Billy Gaming, I think Gen G is going to win. Right? Or I'm a hopeful, I don't care, but I'm a hopeful that Gen G is going to win. Billy Gaming is going to get knocked down to the lower bracket 4. Then they're literally going to body G2. And like I say body, but I think it's going to be like a 3-2 probably. I think G2 is going to put up a real spot. I don't see Team Liquid or T1 like coming into this. I think, like, personally, I think T1's on the downslope while, you know, Liquid's on the rise, as we can see. But you know, I don't think it's really all that, you know, brag-worthy to come out and beat like the second seed that's been like hauling ass. Like, they've been doing really, really well and everything like that, but like, I don't like how Oppa comes out just like talking trash after being like I felt like he used to be such a quiet boy. and now
well, somebody challenged him. Somebody challenged his import spot, so you know.
Exactly, right? Like, somebody said we could just import somebody. Jojo Pyun. So,
they lit the fire under his ass. They awakened the inner beast in there. He went full Jinchurikin, whatever. I can't say Naruto terms. I'm tired. I need to get some rest.
Jinchuriki.
Jinchuriki. I'm focused on right now predictions. You've already kind of given your predictions, but just straight up, Nick, strong prediction. Who's taking first place? Who's taking second place?
Gen G, Billy Gaming. And I think G2 comes in third. T1 comes in fourth.
All right. You're going Gen G, Billy, 1 and 2, and then T1 fourth, G2 third. Okay.
Yeah, I think lower bracket round 4 is going to be G2 versus Billy Gaming.
All right, I'm going to go on a little bit of a tear here. I think T1's going to pull some stuff. I think they're going to pull a second place win, but it kind of depends on Billy and Gen G, of course. You're pretty high on them. The little bit that I saw, they're looking really strong. I wonder, though, if one of them, if they go into lower bracket, they're going to get boomed. They're going to feel bad, or if they're going to be able to keep the mental and push all the way through. So, like, that's my only difference. I think we'll see either Billy or Gen G as first place, but I do feel like a T1 back against the wall is going to make some magic into second place, maybe third place. It's
either happening the way that I said it, bro, or G2 is the dark horse, and they are, because they've been playing, again, I said this, like, watch all of the G2 games. They're amazing. This is one thing that I like, if anybody's even watching this, I don't know how many people are actually going to see this, right? But I swear to God, if I hear another person who watches League of Legends and is a commentator on League of Legends, and you literally go like, why'd you go in Halo Blades Poppy? Just shut your mouth. The fucking character does so much AD damage as a tank, and like, if you haven't seen like full AD Poppy just start smushing people in the game, Anyway, so like the support on G2 went Halo Blades Poppy. Like you need to, and like I was watching it and I'm like, you need to respect it. It's going to kill you. You're going to die. You're going to die. And I was literally like saying, you're going to die. You're going to die. You're going to die. You're going to, and they're not respecting it. And then like the casters were like, what the hell? What the hell? Like, this is crazy. But Mickey's his name. Mickey's been playing out of his mind. Ansama, which I didn't think was like going to play out of his mind, has been playing out of his mind. Broken Blade's been playing out of his mind. Axe has been playing out of his mind. Like, Axe is playing on 0.3 MS, by the way. I'm not even joking. Like this man is like connected to the router. Okay, like he's there, man. He's got no packet loss. Okay, I don't understand some of this. Like, if I was his coach, I'd be so pissed off that I wouldn't be able to reprimand him and the bullshit that he did because it worked out. Like I'd be so fucking pissed that like you go back and you have to talk about something and you literally can't talk about anything because it's like, you know, you shouldn't have done that, but like it worked out and it did exactly what you wanted to have happen. So I want to hit you.
Yeah. I'm sure there's a conversation. I'm sure there's a conversations like, yeah, you know, you're not supposed to do that. And he's probably like, yeah, but you did it and it worked. Yeah. So, I mean, good job.
Yeah. Like, good job. Don't make it a habit. Like, it's like really what it comes down to. Like they're G2's, they're playing out of their mind, man. They're playing out of their mind. And the next game that they have is on Friday. So.
Well, yeah, I was going to say we're going to get to see them play. I think it's actually Thursday morning at 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, or I'm seeing this incorrectly. But anyway, coming up next is going to be Team Liquid Honda versus T1 to kind of prove me wrong, put the foot in my mouth or not, or see if Team Liquid's got the sauce to try to repeat a narrative that they had in the last tournament. Thursday, we're going to see that top bracket, the last game in the top bracket before the finals with Billy Gaming versus Gen G. And this is going to, I don't know, put some extra sauce onto what you're talking about with Gen G and how well they're playing. Did they have too much time to simmer in between games, or are they going to step up and just kind of reign supreme as server admin, like you're saying? They're just connected to the matrix. They see numbers.
I'm jazzed about it, dude. I'm jazzed about Friday's game. Tomorrow, like I know it's mean, but I could care less about these two. Like, it's mean. I'm gonna watch them, and I am interested in like the outcome and how everybody plays. But as far as my enthusiasm compared to like the mystery spot versus G2, like I am jazzed out of into outer space, man. I'm I am so jazzed to watch that game. Like,
yeah, and there's a lot of potential even for that, like that Team Liquid and T1 game, and then whoever wins that's going to have to go through G2 first and foremost, and then go through whoever loses on Gen G and Billy over the weekend. It's going to set up for a very interesting, very good weekend finals, semifinals, finals here. If you're not watching, you better start watching. I'm not a huge fan of League of Legends, and I know I'm going to be watching this probably on VOD. There's no way I'm getting up if this is true. 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
It's played in.
Makes sense. But I am not getting up for that. But I am definitely going to tune in. I'm definitely going to watch the VOD and see what goes down, because this looks exciting. This looks so damn exciting.
I'm not letting
some of the best narratives. Yeah, some of the best narratives and storylines that I've seen in League in a while. Because like I'm always aware of the things, I'm just not interested. I'm interested in this. That's how good this is.
The game sucks, but this is cool.
Hey man, different strokes for different folks. But we're pretty much at the end here. Anything you want to say about the last part here, the MSI, just to wrap up your thoughts and the predictions?
You just cut out. But
sorry about that.
Me.
No, it might have been the internet, but anyway, can you hear me now?
I can't hear you at all.
All right. Well, in that way, we're going to end.
Okay.
We're going to end
say this last thing real quick.
Okay,
Billy,
go
hush.
for it.
I can't hear you, but I'll let you hush real quick. Thanks. Okay. No, I said this to a guy today. just so we're clear, I was playing I'm Emerald 1, right? And I was playing a game and my ADC lost his mind. And I play support, and he asked me, why are you playing so-and-so champion, blah, blah, blah. I started to get mad, and I just asked him, like, why are you typing, bro? Let's just play. Just have a good time. He goes, I'm tilted. And I was like, that's all good, dude. Bad Daddy's here for you, bro. Let's get it. Because I play Gragas. So I was like, let's go. And then we won the game. Man, stop typing. What I'm saying. Stop typing. And I still can't hear you, Billy. So you can send it on out.
Well, because I'm not talking. Now I am. That's some great advice to end on. If you're typing, you ain't playing. We got to see some great plays this weekend. It's been a great week of esports. We got another great week of esports coming up. Nick's ears are broken, so I'm not going to ask him any further questions. Not going to ask him to salute and say goodbye. But on behalf of Nick and myself, thanks for joining us here at the Esports Meta. You can watch us live every Tuesday here for the podcast, or you can see other clips and happenings on our social media, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, anywhere you get your social media. That's where we're at too. Make sure you hit us a follow to let us know we're doing something right and you like the content and want to see more. But for the Esports Meta, that's it. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.